Aha! We have returned once more from, you know, break or what have you.
Yay.
Woohoo!
Hello.
Just deadpan. Just hi. Um. So
So
so so we choosing moves now? Is that what we're doing?
we're choosing, yeah, I mean, however you want to go through your playbook.
Okay.
You got to assign one move, or one, yeah, like special ability. Everyone gets 1 dot to put in a action of their choice. And then also you need to pick like a look for your character. You need to bring your role and background in, decide where you fit into the obligation
Yes.
that we all share, and write a promise to one of the other characters.
How are we drafting up the character sheets? Or are we just writing
So
stuff
I've
into the
given you
bio and
each,
info?
yeah, like maybe
Yeah.
just put it in bio info, just write shit down, or just keep a piece of paper in front of you and write down the things.
I got it on my screen. I saved the playbook into Paint, actually.
Yeah, if you just like print screen it, and yeah, that's legit as well.
That's a good plan. I like that plan. Hang on
Right?
while I figure that out.
The what does embody again? What is the skill or the action embody?
So it's you physically embody stuff. So like in terms of things you might do fictionally, like if you were to be like dancing or doing cool action stuff or being really pretty, those would all fall under embody.
Awesome. You said we get 1 dot to put wherever we want.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. I think I know what I'm doing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. Are we going through stuff? Because
Yeah, just
Cavalier knows
as you do.
Cavaliers know what they're knows what they're doing. So
Oh, no. I've offered myself. All right.
you are tribute.
All right. So I'm going to stumble my way through this. I went with, for Guardian, I went with move 1, whatever that's going to be turned into. So you
Yeah.
have special armor against consequences suffered in the defense of or instead of your allies. You can also give +1 die to someone else's action. You do not need to be physically present to do this.
Yeah, so that allows you to spend your special armor. Everyone has 1 point of regular armor that they can access once they transcend. So once you actually like transform, you get 1 point of armor as on top of your special armor.
So I feel like for a knight character, that's a good idea.
Yep. Just lets you step in and defend people for free, essentially.
Yep. The second thing is the 1 stat point that we have to do.
Mm-hmm.
I took it in empathize.
Cool.
So this is going to make sense in a couple moments. I haven't figured out a name yet because it takes me hours and hours and hours to do that.
Names are hard.
Names are very difficult, but I do have a look and his role and background.
Cool.
So the look is he has very long braided hair. So he has like the Viking braid hair.
I'm immediately getting like when you say long hair and like magical girl anything and guy, I immediately get like weird Utena vibes. I don't know.
I'm not entirely sure who that is, but maybe.
It's serious.
It's just going to unbraid during his transformation sequence. Let's just be real about that
Nice.
for a couple moments. The role and background. So he's going to be a law student.
Oh, my.
Great.
Yeah. So he's going to be essentially going through law school. Then there was a promise. So I'm going to kind of rope Sean into this.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I don't want your promises.
Oh, it's going to be... So I believe that he's a loyal guard for Sean's character. Like he's sent to this world or exists or his powers exist to protect Sean's character.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Feel the
And then
pressure. Feel the pressure, Sean.
Uh-oh.
I can't let Sean's characters die, which is going to be incredibly difficult. Blades has taught me.
I have to keep this anchor from sinking.
Yeah.
It's my whole purpose.
Now there's
I
a
hate you
couple-
all.
So there's a couple other things like obligation detail.
Yeah, so that would be, like you already said, you're a law student. So
Yeah.
that's how you fit in to the obligation, which is
Okay.
the university setting that we've chosen.
Fantastic. Was there anything else that I needed to
No, I
do?
think you're good. You've pulled your role and background from the team playbook, right? Which is that you're the loyal knight and
Yep.
royal family member. And then, yeah, that's like all the
I
stuff
might
on the
pop-
sheet.
I might pop off the royal family member and just go with loyal knight because that just makes more sense.
Cool, totally. And in fact, you know what? I think everyone should actually make 2 promises. Let's do it that way. So you have to make
Okay.
a promise with each of the
Each character.
characters.
Oh,
we'll
with each of
circle.
the characters.
We'll circle back to you for that last one.
Okay.
How do you make a promise with a person you
With
don't
the
know is
Enigma,
your friend?
Maybe I
It's magical girl bullshit, okay?
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, also you
Well-
probably have a promise with like one of the two
Yeah.
of me,
Right?
whether
It's
it
going to
be
be with one half or the other.
whether it be the heroic half or the mundane half.
I
Yeah.
think it's going to be with the mundane half. I just have to figure it out.
Well, maybe once we know more about Elf's character, we'll be
Yeah.
able to.
Yeah. Speaking of, maybe I can do a thing. Let me see. I'm still trying to pick my move, but I think it's just gonna be the like help without spending stress move because that's the best one.
Yes, because you're the Enigma.
Without spending stress. Boom, twice. Cool. So I don't have a name yet. Names are hard. I'm gonna get there. My look is she's a bit of a like library nerd, like mousy library nerd kind of character.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Role in background. Enemy turned friend and lover / suitor. So, I imagine she probably worked for the dark future at some point. Like, she was on the side of like, I wish to see their emptiness reflected in myself, but then like got so caught up in what they were doing that it kind of their fullness reflected upon her rather than the other way around, and she's really into, really into the group now.
So then, am I correct in assuming that your like superhero persona is still the like they knew her as this like mega evil person, but then you have your like secret identity as the mundane
Yeah,
one?
and it's like just recently that I've started like helping, and you're like seeing hints of my help, like in places in like the recent past.
Excellent.
But like you fought me before, like I've been in season 1 I was the bad guy,
Great.
Cool. So what else do I have here? Obligation detail. She's a student at the university. I didn't specify in what, but I don't think that's really
Library and archival
like,
studies.
so library tech, yeah,
I mean, it's also legit for you to be like the librarian. It's just the fallout from your obligation is going to be a little bit different when we describe it, but
yeah, no, I
Yeah,
think
like-
she's still a student. Like I think
Cool.
Yep.
Yep.
that she's still a student, but probably like library tech or something. And promises.
You can wait, and I can. do
Yeah,
mine,
we'll
and we
wait.
can-
We'll
Yeah.
wait. We'll wait for yours. I picked the help twice move, and I put my last point into embody with the embody I already had. So
Okay.
damn. So you're super
I have-
embody.
because I need to embody mystery. I need to like,
Yep.
do the whole thing.
Cape,
So
cape, billowing cape, throwing
Yeah.
roses, billowing cape, throwing
yeah,
roses.
exactly, exactly. So I have one in conceal as well, which just comes with the territory.
I mean, yeah, you got to.
So there you go.
All right, well, Sean.
So my character, his name is Connor, and when he transcends, he turns into Aquila. Is one of the constellations. He's an advisor, although he is like when he transcends, he becomes a woman, and I think that is her like real identity or like in the timeline. But when traveling back through time, for some reason, there was a switch.
Yeah, you're like are living inside the body of your like great grandfather or something.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
You got to end up somewhere, right?
Right. So it's like, oh, okay, well, here I am.
Okay, so her like true self is the transformed self.
Yeah, her true self is the transformed self, and so she just inhabits this body, and has been for quite some time now. Yeah, so she is an astronomy TA at the university.
Nice.
Yeah. And yeah, it's like, what else am I gonna be?
Imagine exactly what my character's school life is like now.
So I think like she often, is really enthused about taking a lot of the students out to like the local lake where there's not a lot of light interference and they can look up at the stars. And I took my dot in embody because she's also a member of the archery club.
Okay.
And so like I don't know. It's the whole Homura of be good at a lot of things.
No, yeah. Totally.
Yeah. And also, I want a magical girl with a bow. So,
yeah.
So she does that, and gosh, what move did I take? Of course, I took the first one. When you reveal your impossible knowledge and foretell a dark fate, you gain potency. If it comes to pass, mark experience.
Cool.
I traveled through time to change another player character's fate. Put their name here. Whatever elf's character's name is. And my job is to...
You travel through time to change my fate? Oh, okay.
And it's to prevent her from being reclaimed by the darkness.
Oh.
Right, so like in the dark future timeline where all this shit goes down, Elf's character like falls back to her dark ways at some point and is like pivotal in it, so you need to come back and like prevent that from happening.
Love it.
Excellent.
I don't have promises yet, so I need to do that. But wait, was that everything for Sean?
I think so. I just have my promises left, so I don't know what I want to do for my promises. This is going to be tough.
So they're like changeable down the line, and just are like cool dramatic things that you can play towards to get XP. And to like, bond the characters together. So, and I think for the time traveler, you have what? An impossible promise.
An impossible promise and a half forgotten promise.
And a half forgotten promise, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because like, if we look at, like Homura's story, right? Like her whole thing is like inherently impossible, but she's still trying to do it, right? Like,
right.
You're the kind of person who's like, no, time, I can fix that. Yes. Don't worry about it. Like,
this
I'll
is
just
all
go back
bullshit.
and change everything.
I will move the stars if I have to.
Yeah. So,
I'm farming out the hard work of naming my character to chat.
Good job, chat.
As is my entire strategy for everything. Cat Cass sent me an overlay too, which I will try and figure out in a second.
Just on the fly, bring the overlay.
I'm trying to do stuff to help.
It's
all
a lot
of
of work.
Okay.
No, I know.
The production.
Right, so I think
so what is your character's name? Gear.
So I'm gonna go with Elvar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alvar?
Yeah, I'm just gonna use that name.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, the two are just kind of close together. Then I have to think of a practical promise.
And remember, these can be to do with like the mundane world as well. Like it could just be. I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense in this context, but like your promise could be about helping someone study for their exams or whatever, right? Like basic mundane shit is still good. At least certainly for the practical promise.
Yeah.
Although maybe you could have an impossible promise, like, and that could be helping your friend get good at math.
I
No?
think
Help
I'm
Alvar
sorry.
pass this law final. That's my impossible promise. No.
No, I think his practical promise is that whenever he sees someone being mistreated, he has to intervene.
He's
Like,
like
it's just-
really. He's like the worst case like defense lawyer who's like, my client is innocent. Like,
Yeah, like he will take on any sort of case when he finally graduates.
But for now, he's just like white knighting people super hard.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly that.
And so your previous promise was about protecting Sean's character.
Yes.
And this one needs to be directed at the librarian. So in what way is the librarian being picked on?
Oh man.
yeah, hook
that-
me up with a problem.
Yeah, the first thing that comes to mind is that people just aren't returning their library books to you, and that needs to be dealt with.
People keep rearranging the shelves. Damn it! And I'm not the librarian. I'm just a student who has a lot of
just the
time in the
libraries.
library. Yeah.
library sciences student, but you're also like doing some. You're like
Yeah, I
volunteer
probably
hours in the
volunteer
library
hours
or something.
there. Yeah.
My promise to the librarian is I shall shield her from being exposed to the darkness.
Shield her from being exposed to the darkness. Okay.
That does sound impossible.
And little do you know, she's
Yeah.
actually Corvus. Yeah, this
Right.
villain. I like it. I mean, you could also make a promise or like whatever, an impractical Oh wait, you need a practical one or an
Yeah, I need a practical.
Oh,
one.
okay. I was gonna say impractically. You could
Because I got a
make
practical
some-
promise and a protective promise.
Okay. I don't even know
So
what
I
the
guess
categories for mine are. What am I? Where do I? Did I miss that somewhere?
So yeah, yours. It's
Oh, a
on the,
secretive promise and a promise of dedication. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think my promise of dedication is definitely to help Alvar whenever I can, basically, like to shadow Alvar and keep them safe. And my secretive promise to Sean's character, whose name I can't remember because I'm awful.
Connor or
Connor.
Aquila, depending on whether it's my mortal form or my transcended form.
True.
Aquila. It means eagle, right?
It does.
Yeah.
My secretive promise to Connor. I don't know what to do for a secretive promise. I need to come up with a practical name as well, because Corvus is just my
That's your super secret.
my constellation villain name.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, y'all are playing it from the angle of like the Superman thing, right? Where your true identity is your superhero identity, and then you have this like cover story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Ovo, exactly.
It's the triangle.
Wait. Elf's character is gonna protect Gear's character. He's gonna protect Hyena's character. He's gonna protect Elf's character. Yeah, but it's my superhero side that's protecting them, and my non-superhero side that's
And,
being protected.
It's not enough to promise to help everyone. The game makes you play favorites,
Yeah.
so you gotta pick sides here. And it's a little weird because we only have 3 players. I think with 4 it will work.
I don't know. I don't know what my secretive promise will be. I'm stuck on it, so I can't.
Well, we can wait. It's just, you'll just have one less XP trigger. You're just playing suboptimally. That's all. You're gonna level slower.
My secretive promise is to never directly reveal my love for Aquila.
Nice.
Nice.
That's a good one.
My promise, my half forgotten promise is I will show Alvar the way home, but I don't remember how to get back there. Like,
Excellent.
I mean, I may modify these as something more sensible comes up, but this is good in a pinch.
Sure. Yeah, no, those are all good.
Okay.
And everyone's assigned their one stat dot.
And so the only practical name we have so far is Connor, which sets the scene as like that sort of name being the kind of practical name we're going with.
I mean, there's room for it to be whatever.
I mean, I'm from a dark future.
And also, like, we haven't talked about whether or not the setting is like a multicultural one or what. So
Yeah.
maybe one of you is an exchange student or a transfer student. It's important to have at least one transfer student so that people can just say transfer student and shake their fists at you.
Yes.
I don't know the Japanese word for it, but I should by now.
We're in university, so
Yeah, everybody's kind of a transfer student.
like it's not the same. I
imagine my main character kind of looks like the main character from Tokyo Babylon.
I think she's just gonna be Amy / Corvus.
All these animus that I can check out now.
So many avenues.
Oh wait, no, not the main character. The Seishiro Sakurazuka, the older character from Tokyo Babylon. He's got like short black hair and very kind of angular.
Oh yeah.
Intense.
You look like an anime character
Yes.
from the 90s.
You look like
Yeah, okay.
any anime character from the 90s. Okay.
Okay, so we've got Amy
/ Corvus.
who is Corvus. And then, yeah, is Alvar, like, that's your superhero name?
No, I think that's his regular name.
Okay. And then, yeah, does he have, like, a constellation name that he embodies?
You know what? I'm going to go
Leo.
with... I was going to go with Libra, actually.
Libra, of course.
Scales.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay, so Aquila, Libra, and Corvus. And so presumably, like, all of them
are constellations, yeah.
Are, like, from the future where, like, the stars have changed and there are, like, these different constellations that don't exist in the present and they, like, come back in time. Great. And so if everyone's characters are done, then the first thing that we do is roll obligation. And so, yeah, at the start of every downtime, each character must roll obligation. We describe the circumstances of the crew's shared obligations and some difficulties they are facing there. You then make a resistance roll with the lowest attribute and take stress equal to 6 minus the die result. And on a crit, you get an additional downtime action. And then for any result, we narrate kind of what that is like, just as we did with Vice and other things in Blades.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like rolling for our obligation right now? Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if everyone's got all their stuff assigned, we can just move into that.
Yes.
So this is like, like the episode, and like maybe this is the like credits montage is like shit going wrong for the characters and stuff, but we'll see. We'll see just how badly things go for you guys.
Is this each individual roll or is this like a crew roll? Okay.
Each of you rolls.
It's just our lowest. It's a resist roll, right?
Yeah, you just make a resist roll with your lowest.
My lowest is a 0. Ugh.
Yep.
Oops.
I just take the lowest of these 2d6. Never mind, they're both 2. It's fine.
They're both 2.
Yay!
You're good.
I got 2 as well.
Great. So the irony is, of course, that Libra is not a very well-balanced individual. Okay, so yeah, Elf and Cavalier, you're going to start with 4 stress each. Good luck to you. And Sean, your character starts with 1. And so, yeah, what kind of stuff is everyone like? What's in the montage for this opening?
All I have to say is fucking hoodlums in like exam periods, like, you know, leaving their shit all over the library and like leaving books out on the tables and just like sleeping in there for hours or whatever.
So it's
taking
like
up
the montage
study,
is like
taking up the study rooms.
It's midterm week.
Yeah,
That's what's going on right now. And it explains why both of us are at forced stress.
right, and then like next week for the next episode, that's when Aquila is going to be all stressed out because she's going to be like grading papers and stuff. But for now, it's pretty chill.
Yeah, it sounds like
Yeah, for now it's fine.
Yeah, so we have like you like pushing the cart of books and like some student like who's rushing from one classroom to another like knocks it
Knocking
over and
the
you have to
whole
like pick
thing
it up
over. Oh, no.
and you're like people are like drooling into books in the like library study areas and you have to like glower at them and chase them out. Yeah, like one of those people is Alvar, who's like studying late into the night and has like the deep dark circles under their eyes. And then yeah, things are chill for Aquila.
Yeah, I think one of her students, Jason, he comes in and is speaking with her because there's been some like assignments that he'd missed, and so Connor is sitting there and he says, he's like, I understand, and he offers him like a makeup opportunity for it, and he's like, you're better than this, you just need to focus. He's like, I've seen it in you. You can do better. And so he's like, oh, thanks teach, and leaves.
And then yeah, the like mild trouble is that you have to like explain to the prof why you let this one kid get an extension or whatever.
Yeah, and I'm like, he's a good kid,
So we did miss one thing. We didn't do friends and frenemies for everyone. So
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
so you each get an NPC that likes you and one that doesn't.
Okay. I don't think I get along with the old librarian. Like, I just don't think we're friends.
Yeah. Okay. What's their name?
Agnes.
Agnes, the librarian.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh man, one of my coworkers is named Agnes.
Oh,
This is gonna
that's
be
a
great.
shame. And friend-wise, I'm really good friends with the student council president.
Okay.
Whose name is Ben.
Ben, the class president. Okay. And that's an uptick for Elf.
Yeah.
And so Hyena is Jacob your student?
Jason
rather, your student. Is that one of your contacts?
I don't know. Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah. No, it doesn't make sense for him to be one of my like uptick I don't know. He's just
he could be a negative contact. He could be the like maybe there's this other side to this where like Jason is like a spoiled rich kid who like could do this all fine. It doesn't need to constantly be a thorn in your side, but gets away with shit.
Sure, let's do that. I like that idea.
Because class is a thing. Class is a constant struggle. And so yeah, I think to keep this coloring of class struggle inside of all of this, like Agnes is like a high society person. And like you will never be able to have her job, even though that's what you're studying to get. You will at most ever be her assistant.
Yeah, I'll basically
low class.
have to keep doing what I'm doing, but for pay rather than for credit.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn it, Agnes.
And yeah, so Jason, the dilettante student,
I like it.
who always wants special treatment.
Any chance to use the word dilettante, really?
Yes.
Yeah, you know me too well. And so that is Aquila's frenemy. And so yeah, why are you friends with Ben, the class president?
I think Ben, the class president, is a bad guy.
Oh. But he's one that still likes you from
Yeah,
from
but
back
he's
in the day.
like-
So you're like old comrades.
It's one of those things where it's like, you should come back. Like Ben's like the lure back to the dark side, but like we're still
But, like,
friends.
he cares about you and he tries to help you, so he doesn't push too hard. He
Yeah,
actually
exactly.
Is like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Ben is the alter ego of one of the like other dark future.
Yeah, what constellation is Ben?
I think Ben is the Scorpio.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, this lines up great then.
So, because Ben is a Scorpio, obviously he's a womanizer then too.
Oh
right?
yeah, definitely,
Ah, I have to look up-
definitely.
Or well, he's a sexualizer. He does not discriminate.
Well, that's what I thought you meant.
Yeah. Does anyone else have any other? characters for me here?
Samantha, she is a barista at the the student cafe, and we get along well. Like, I slide her extra tips. We chat a lot about like astrology and horoscopes, and she's always like, "Oh, you should let me do a reading of you sometime." And I'm just like, "Oh, haha, thank you." No, like I always just gently deflect it.
Cool. And so you guys are friends because you bond over star stuff?
Yeah, and just like, she works this crap job at the student cafeteria, and I'm nice to her, and we kind of hit it off, because I had like some, new agey constellation pendant. She's like, "Oh, that's a nice necklace," and I was just like, "It is a very serious thing."
Okay, well, I think further to this as well, she has dreams that she tells you about that are like clearly prophetic because
Oh,
because
gosh.
you're from the future.
Sure.
Yeah, so like when she talks about,
How can you possibly know that? Yeah.
she like has her dream journal that she like reads to you from sometimes, and it's all like, yeah, she's like clearly sees the future.
Yeah.
It's just like, "Oh, I met this guy today," and I'm like, "Yes, blonde." And like, she's like, "How did you know?"
Yeah, and so what are Alvar/Libra's
Okay.
frenemies?
So I imagine that since Connor is from the future and I'm already losing names here. Elf, you're Amy. There we go. And Amy's from like the dark timeline. The way that the zodiacs and the constellations work is that it's generation by generation. So I'm this generation's Libra.
Right, and then there will be
And
some
then
future
there's some
Libra,
other
and there is
future-
some
There's
past
like
Libra.
future Libras, and yeah. So I think my friend is going to be part of this general, this current generation of knights, and they're
Cool,
going to
yeah.
like their thing is that they're Aries,
Yeah.
but they're a prosecution lawyer.
And
So-
this Ares is an actual lawyer
Yeah,
as well, like a
like
He's like sort of a mentor character.
no,
then.
not even he,
Oh,
her.
Her is she?
yeah.
It's going to be a she, because we have this like love-hate relationship with each other, where she thinks that everyone is guilty if they could be, like, if you can point the finger at them, they're obviously guilty of something.
She Sailor Marses that shit real hard.
Yeah, essentially. I haven't figured
Dangerous.
out a good name for her yet, but if you guys have one,
Oh well, we can just give her a name. Like
Taylor.
Taylor.
Taylor. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think his enemy. Who should his enemy be? Feel like it should be some sort of
Someone you can come into conflict with, yeah.
yeah, someone I could come into conflict with, like someone who has like special interest in protecting the upper class or like gangs, or like they do it for the money, not for
Oh, it's like
what's
a
right or wrong.
shady high society defense lawyer,
Yeah,
or like I mean, what it is it's that person's kid who is going to
Yeah.
law school to
Yeah.
be the same.
Exactly, and we're always butting heads or something like that.
Yes, this is like this is the person who always gets slightly better grades than you.
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. But I know they're cheating.
Yeah,
I
of
just can't
course.
prove it. Or they're bribing the teachers or something like
Yeah,
that.
or it's just like can't let the son of the local like prefecture councilman get worse marks than this guy. Like, gotta
Yeah.
just pad the numbers a little bit, or I'll lose my job.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. So what's their name?
Um, I think we're going to stick with the T alliteration going with them. And I
Great.
think it's going to be Tyler.
Tyler. Oh, God.
This won't get confusing.
So he's
you're
the son of the
Thanks for
local
that,
magistrate.
Catalyst.
Son of the local magistrate who always gets slightly better grades. Great. So that's all of our extra characters defined for
Yes,
now.
we filled out the friends and enemies categories.
Cool. And we've done our obligation phase, so we're in our first ever downtime.
Yeah.
So y'all get 2 actions.
What are actions we can pursue on downtime?
Yeah, so your downtime actions are to social link with someone,
Mhm.
which is how you get social links. It'll have a better name later, don't worry.
Mhm.
You can help a friend recover, which is how people recover harm, which no one should
Okay.
have any right now.
Sure.
You can like open an investigation, and you can work on a long-term project. So long-term projects can be things like expanding your hideout, which is your club room, and you're all part of this club together.
Oh, what
let's
club
not
are we
forget-
all part
yeah,
of?
what club are we part of, guys?
What's a good one?
Just hit it right on the nose and go for like the astrology club or something.
Yeah, either the chess
Mm.
club or the astrology club. It has to be. I think it almost has to be astrology.
It's like the Stargazers Club or something.
Yeah, Stargazers.
Yeah.
Club.
Stargazers Club, that's good, yeah.
Is our series named Stargazers?
Oh,
Also,
God.
Yes!
Sure. That's
Yes,
a good
it
one.
is! Our series is
Okay.
named Stargazers.
I'll just fill that in.
Just fill that in there.
This gets even better because in Stormlands, there's a faction called the Stargazers. This is all just going to be wonderful.
Great. So that's our series name, Stargazers. And so the way that the move for social link works is that you pick another character and you describe how you both like hang out and bond as friends. And then the person who chose the action rolls an appropriate action, and based on it's like a fortune roll, and based on that the friend gets between 1 and 3 links
Oh, okay.
with them, and that's it.
What do the links do, or do we know that yet?
So social links, you can spend them to recover stress, and you roll dice equal to the number of links you have remaining with that person, and recover stress based on the roll. You can remove a harm tag, and you make a fortune roll based on the number of links you have, and a 6 lets you remove up to level 3 harm, a 4 to 5 lets you remove up to level 2 harm, and a 1 to 3 lets you remove a level 1 harm.
Cool.
Mhm.
Or you can ignore a certain harm for the whole mission by spending a link.
All right.
I haven't decided which of those two is going to be the thing. And then you can activate transcendent moves, which don't exist yet. And they're going to be crew things that you use links to activate. But basically, you need to have them to transform as well.
Mhm.
So everyone should try to come out of this with at least one.
We need some social links. So we have 2 downtime actions each, so I recommend some social links.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then maybe if some people want to like start projects or start investigating.
Yeah, I feel like investigating should be one of my actions, for sure. And I was gonna social link on the other.
And yeah, if we can get the investigation track up to 5, then you can actually go and like fight a baddie. But otherwise, you're stuck doing like looking for answers or stuff like that.
So I I think I'm going to start this off because I got a good idea for a social link.
Sure.
So it's midterm week right now, and the library is a complete mess.
Yeah, it is.
So I think I go and help Amy start cleaning up. Like, it's well past midnight. The library's supposed to be closed at 10, but people have just left a huge mess absolutely everywhere. And I think the scene starts off with like a student not wanting to leave or refusing to leave.
Like,
And is
totally
trying-
stressed out about exams and just like won't leave the library. Like, they got an
Yeah,
exam.
like, they're, like,
they got an
hands
exa-
are
They got an
shaking,
exam
clutching this
tomorrow
book.
at 7 in
Yeah.
the morning, and they're not ready, and they can't leave.
Yeah.
And they've probably like taken some ADHD medication or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
to
Yeah.
study
Oh,
aid.
no.
Okay.
Because it's all the bad possible
Yeah, and
stuff.
I'm like, and
of
I'm
course.
like standing by the table talking to them, like, no, you have to go. I have to go, so you have to go as well. Like, there's nothing I can do about it. It's time. It's past time. Like, I've been real nice letting you sit here for however long, and like just kind of talking to them, trying to get them to move.
Yeah. And I think Alvar, what he's doing right now is he's putting books into either the bookshelf or onto the cart to be put away in the morning. And I think he comes over and he just goes, "All right, Kyle, you need to leave. You really, really do. And at this point, if I have to pick you up, I will. I won't like it, but I think we're gonna have to do that."
And Kyle is like shaky hands clutching this book, like, but my exam, if I fail this, like, I only have 2 points left in my application. Like, basically, they're gonna get like kicked out of school if they don't
Yeah.
ace this exam.
No, Kyle.
And so they're like freaking out, and yeah, they have the like dark rings under their eyes, and they're like really sallow looking, like they've been stuck inside for too long.
Yeah. And
I've stepped back to sort of like leave him to you because you've taken over. I'm like pushing the cart away at this point, like just a moment away.
look,
Still watching.
yeah, of course. Look, Kyle, Amy needs to leave. I need to leave. We all need to leave at some point. And that some point is now.
What are you gonna
Because
roll?
I got to exam in the morning. You have an exam some point tomorrow. And Amy's a TA. She has essays to mark. And she can't be here writing them or watching you all night.
Yeah, and Kyle's like muttering about like, I have an exam in 5 hours and 23 minutes and 32 seconds. And, like,
32 seconds.
like, he's just like super wound up. But yeah, go ahead and like make a roll.
I think it's a empathize roll.
Cool. Yeah, you're trying to like calm him down by
Or like explain
Empathizing.
that we just need to move. Like it's okay that this is happening, but we need to move from here and go somewhere else.
To like the hall.
or
Yeah,
like
totally.
the cafeteria or something, right?
great.
All right. I think I only have the one die. So whatever a 3 means.
So yeah, Corvus gets 1 social link with Libra. So on your sheet, Elf, you're gonna write.
I get the social link?
You get the social link. It's all you never get anything by spending your downtime actions. You're
Oh,
always
okay,
giving it to
you're
other
giving
people.
it to other people. Okay.
And so yeah, do we have like a scene at like past midnight in like the school cafeteria of you like helping this guy, and it's just like all of you there, like awkwardly.
It's not even that. I think like he gets Kyle out eventually, and Elvar kind of turns to Amy and goes, "Well, I still got my key. So if you want to go back to your dormitory and get some rest, then by all means, I'll stay behind and clean up a bit."
No, I can't leave you here by yourself. I'd get in trouble for that. Here, just if we both do it, it'll be way quicker. And then, do that.
Yeah.
It's like the cute little like cleanup montage
Yeah,
where the two
cleanup
of you
montage,
like
exactly.
touch
Yeah.
hands on a book that you're both reaching for or some shit. Yeah.
You gotta throw like the misleading ships in early. And
Oh,
then,
yeah,
like,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, both of you like make eye contact and then blush while shelving things.
Yeah.
Oh,
Stuff like that. Okay, cool. Well, who else wants to do downtime stuff?
Sean, you do
what?
it. Sean.
All right, fine, I'll do it. Well, I have two that I guess I can like roll right into the other. I think I too am going to have a social link with Amy, and I'm going to come into the library like earlier in the day or like the next day or something like this during the daylight hours, and I like just walk over to you and I'm like, or I say, "Pardon me, I need some books on local history. I was wondering if you could help me."
Oh, yeah, local history. How local? Like country local or?
This city.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Sorry, long night.
If you know anything about the construction of the sewer systems, that would be wonderful as well.
You want to know about the sewer systems? What could you possibly be researching? She's like saying as she's leading you through, like a
Is it
series.
like
A series
the index
of...
card thing where you have the long drawers
Yeah,
that you open
yeah.
and like leaf through them?
Yeah, that's what it is. She walks over to
I'm-
like cabinet thing and like starts looking for things.
I'm considering getting into some urban exploration.
Oh. Well, I mean, I certainly wouldn't want to go down there. It seems disgusting, and like looking through everything, finds it, pulls it out, like reads it, puts it back, and goes to the shelf that it's like indicated.
Sure.
It's like,
Do
okay,
you,
so this one will probably work. It's got stuff about the city anyway for the last 100 years.
I like take it from her hand, and as I'm doing so, I say, "Do you know much about the history of this area yourself?"
I mean, I know some things. It depends. I mean, I don't know anything about the sewer system, but...
No. This library, though.
Oh, this library. Yep. I know lots about this library. Spent lots of time here.
Has anyone died here recently?
I think probably the last thing was that guy, 2 years ago. Sometimes the stress gets to people.
You're not stressed, are you?
Not that stressed, certainly.
Good. Thank you. I may need more help finding books in the future. Like, he just says, I want to roll confess, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, totally. Sure.
Yeah. Oh, let's roll some dice. 4.
Okay, yeah. So Elf, you get 2 links with Connor, aka Aquila.
Yeah, I think I kind of am like, you take the book and then go. And,
Yeah. It's like,
and I'm just kind of standing there like, okay. Like, that was weird. Wait, do I... side note, like
Sure.
sidebar from this situation. Do I know you two are also the hero versions of you two. Am I the only one who you don't know?
You
both
probably
sides?
do.
So I
Yeah.
probably know who you are. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, you're the one with secrets to keep, not them, right?
Okay.
So
Okay. So it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
I don't
yeah.
I don't know. Are we starting from like season 2 or are we starting from like season 1 where we all
I feel like
double-
regardless, the Enigma just knows because that's
Yeah.
their whole
Oh
jam,
no, the
right?
Enigma definitely knows for sure.
Yeah, I think you and I know each other. Obviously, we've done some stuff before, and I think obviously Corvus has shown up,
Yeah.
but we haven't made that connection.
Yeah,
wherever
you're
we're at
aware
in
of my alter ego, but you don't know that it's connected to Amy. Okay, cool. So it's one of those things where it's like the sewers, huh? Maybe there's something down there.
Yeah. And then I'm going to open an investigation to what the hell is going on in the city sewers.
Great, cool. So that's both your downtime actions right there.
Yeah.
So yeah,
How
go
do-
ahead and
Do I just
it's just
roll
it's just a
investigate?
long-term project, yeah, and you can roll investigate.
All right, yeah, I'm just reading these books that I got.
Ooh.
Cool. So you get 3 progress on it, and we'll say at this stage of the game that the project is a. Let me pull.
You said it was
What
5,
is-
right? 5 ticks on the investigation to fight a bad guy?
5 investigation points, but yeah, I guess we can just consider this one giant.
Or
clock for
are you
now.
talking about like each one of those points is a full investigation and then
No, we'll just say you get 3 points. I think that's legit. Yeah, we won't bother making it a clock. So, yeah, just mark 3 little pips there.
Sure.
And this is stuff that like I don't have set in stone yet, so I'm just
Mhm.
kind of like, yeah, sure, we'll give some points. I don't know.
yeah, of course.
Great, we got some investigative points.
So what do we learn?
And so yeah, you go like researching the sewers and are connecting it with like deaths in the library. Was the other thing you were asking about?
Yeah, the library death thing was more just like awkward conversation.
I can
feel-
only talk about serious things. So yeah, you just like are a very morbid person, I guess.
I think I'm a little more.
I mean, those things could be connected.
I've seen Dark Fates in the Stars. Okay. You know?
I've seen some shit. All right. Cool. So, I think, yeah, you're like we have this scene of you like poring over
Yeah.
these like archived plans of the city sewers, and you have like books on astrology around you as well, and there's like this big blueprint map, and you're like got your protractor and your ruler out, and you're like drawing all these arcane configurations on it, and of course the sewers of the city like align with the stars. There's like this Stonehenge style thing going on
Cool.
with how they're built.
There's a constellation that lines up, but you just have to find the right one.
And yeah, there's going to be the like confluence of the whatever constellations in like 2 days or whatever.
Mhm.
So yeah, there's all of this like dark ominous shit that the sewer system lines up with. So that's what you learn.
Okay.
I would also like to investigate.
Cool.
Yeah.
You should do that.
So I'm gonna investigate. Oh wait, I have to roll investigate, don't I? I can't investigate with
Nope.
other stuff.
You can investigate with other
I can
stuff
investigate with other stuff.
If you can-
Awesome.
if you can justify it.
So, in the dead
Investigate
of night.
is just like the most obvious skill for it because
the
it's
dead-
about doing what Sean
In the
said.
dead of night, Andrew, under the
Mhm.
cover of darkness, I sneak into Aquila's research area, wherever that is, wherever they've been doing their research just before. This is like
It's
the,
like
that
as they're
night,
leaving for
yeah.
the night and like putting out the lights, you're like in the
shadow.
room.
A shadow creeps across the wall as they leave. The door closes and you see a shadow move across the wall, and it's Corvus.
Of course.
In full Corvus regalia.
Ooh.
Which is like a cloak definitely a cloak of some kind with like feathers all down it.
Who is this mysterious woman?
And like a cloth mask.
And
of
I mean,
some
I
kind
assume
with,
that
like,
your
eye
mundane
holes.
self has like raven black hair.
Yeah, of
And
course.
is very like
Of course.
pale and gothy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
of
100%.
course.
100%.
Does she have like one of those little like silver crow skull necklaces or something?
Yeah, it's the pin for the cloak.
Okay, yeah. Is this like
yeah.
crow skull?
Yeah.
Great.
And she has
And then
like,
yeah, the like masquerade style
and
mask.
there's a hood on the cloak that's like that feathers are still over it. You like pull it up like all sneaky like, and you know the pad of her leather boots across the floor as she goes over to the table to like look through the stuff that's already been laid out by Aquila, to try and draw the same connections, but with her mysterious dark side knowledge of like what constellation it could be, you know, or like who might be causing trouble now, or
I also
what
like
have
the
you.
idea of you like following through on her like
Yeah, exactly.
research
It's one of
and
those
actually
things where
going and like
it's
looking
one of
in
those
these
things
places.
where it's like, I know that he is she that has fought me before, you know, and so I will follow them to their research lab and then see what they have learned so that I can determine where I need to go to help them. And
Yeah,
like
totally.
that's the whole thing.
Great. Yeah, so like it sounds like you're using conceal.
Yeah, I'm using conceal, so that's 1 die.
So you're being sneaky.
4.
Cool. So you get 2 points on the track. And yeah, I think like you go to these places and you like, so there are like little lesser like underlings of the people
Yeah,
like
of course.
which are these like little like impish shadowy things that are like motes from black holes. They're like these, they get shed off of black holes.
Yeah,
in this dark future.
The dark reflections.
And they like drift through the sea of time and like settle in these important places. So they're kind of like cosmological like time silt that then turns into these little gremlins. And so there's these little like shadow imps, and they're like building these little like lenses and focusing apparatuses and stuff inside the city sewers, lining up with all of these like points of confluence and stuff. And so yeah, we see you like edgelording around in the sewers, like observing these little armies of imps that are like assembling things and setting up all these weird.
There's
like,
a lot
weird,
of
like,
there's a
sigils and
lot
stuff.
of turning and whooshing and
yeah,
like,
right.
cape
And like
pulling
feathers drifting
and
in
feathers.
the air.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Great.
there's a lot of that.
But yeah, you've like figured out a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
Good job.
So that's 2, right?
That's 2 more.
Cool.
And so yeah, you know everything you need to go face this dark creature that they're like summoning this.
There's something
evil
like
thing.
a lieutenant of evil.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like they're gonna make some monster appear. And I think like although you don't see it, like the audience sees that like in your wake, or like in one of the backgrounds of one of these scenes, Kyle, the like strung out student from before, is like hurriedly running from one place to another carrying this big bundle of papers, and like one of them falls to the ground, and it's the symbol that's in the sewers
symbol,
like drawn out. Yeah, and he's
Oh,
got
no,
this like
Kyle!
shadow hanging over him as he
Oh no.
runs along. Yeah.
Kyle.
So who's next? Who's the next victim?
I think I'm the last person with a thing.
I have a social link to give you if you want. Cavalier.
Oh, okay.
I can do like a social link with you now, and then you can do your last thing, maybe?
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. So the next morning, or actually no, later that night.
Later that same night.
I assume that there is like, is there any kind of street patrol from you two and like your group? Is there like, you know, like are you out at any point in time like searching for evil?
Sure. Yeah, that seems sensible.
Jumping along rooftops in anime fashion.
I mean, I have a late class, so you know, I would go out after that.
Okay. So
Yeah.
can I see them both, or do I have to choose like one person for a social link?
You got to choose one person, but they could both be there.
Okay, so
but
they're
it
I
like
think
acts as a.
they're probably both there, but I think that yeah, that Cavalier
So,
is.
so are we like full transformed right now? And you?
Yeah, I would say like
transformed us?
you're in like because I want to interact with you as Corvus, not as
Okay.
as Amy, right?
So, like, I imagine Libra's visage to be like a heavily concealing metal helmet, and he typically wears a kilt, but that elongates into these metal platings.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and big shield, like big tower shield thing that has the Libra symbol on it. But he moves very fast for being in all this heavy armor and all this heavy equipment.
He still does the like anime ninja run around and
yeah.
stuff.
It looks heavy, but he acts as if it's nothing.
Yeah,
Sort of thing. Yeah.
And it's all white silver,
Nice.
so it glistens really well. But all the Libra symbols and regalia on it are all gold.
So shiny.
Yeah,
So heroic. What about Aquila? What does Aquila's look like transformed?
I think Aquila, she like I think her hair gets a bit longer, like down to her shoulders, and she keeps it back when she transforms, and she wears like I don't know, I guess like this leather skirt, and I'm kind of like slightly more combative regular magical girl outfit.
Sure.
I see, and it's also like very bright and with like white and gold feathers. And
Okay,
she
you guys have got that shine, that light side
Yeah.
shine.
because we're looking for the sun. I mean, it makes sense. And so, but she does have like these like this amulet is like darker and has like a dark gem in the center of it that she wears around her neck, and she has like this really convoluted and fancy looking bow.
but I forgot one thing. Like Libra's hair is typically braided, like
Okay.
when he's Alvar, and it goes like past his hip. So when it's unbraided, it just flows around him.
He's got like
It
hair.
almost looks like it could be a cape, but it's just hair.
Nice. All right.
And yeah.
So, the typical anime scene here would be like the two of you are like watching over the city from a rooftop or something, or like, making your rounds, and then suddenly there's a like noise behind you, and you turn around and it's Corvus, standing there, like on top of if it's a roof, it's like you're on the roof and I'm on top of the little house, the little door that leads like down the stairs, like I've just landed on top of that thing, and and I look at Libra and I go, you should be careful about what students you talk to.
And why would I believe someone like you, Corvus? And he's being really defensive because he's been warned about you from
Ares?
Yeah.
Yeah. I only have your best interest at heart. Seek beneath the city, and you will find what you're looking for. There's nothing up here with the stars. Look down below. And on that, I like jump off the roof behind and just Batman like down into nowhere. Yeah,
you do the thing where you jump and then just like disappear behind
Exactly,
the thing,
just-
and they go to look and you're gone.
And of course, Aquala's like, how does she know that? It's
Yeah,
like,
and
is she talking with the darkness again?
and there's feathers, obviously black feathers everywhere upon her exit. So I'd like to roll for my social link with Libra, embody.
Yeah.
For mystery. Embody edgelord.
You're so mysterious and inspiringly alluring.
4.
Ooh.
That's 2, I think, for you.
Yeah, so 2 links.
2
that
links
Libra
with
gets.
me. I didn't know if that was like a mechanic or anything with the transformation or like socializing in costume.
Oh,
sort of
yeah,
thing.
so like y'all can be in costume all you want. That's fine. It's just you don't get the bonuses of
You don't get
to
your
stats
power,
and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah, by
Mm.
not being that. So
Okay, cool. Because you burn social links to transform, right? Like
yeah,
that's the
and
idea.
to get the actual superpowers.
That's cool.
And to like activate some of your moves, which have not been written yet. So, haha. Whoops. Sorry about it.
And away.
So is that all the downtime actions?
No.
I
Cavalier.
still got one.
Cavalier still has 1.
Cool.
So I think I'm going to start a long-term project,
Yeah.
and I'm going to. I think I'm going to start working on a practice room for us, like
Okay,
somewhere
so
where
it's-
we can go full crazy combat on each other and train in our best forms without drawing the eyes of the public.
You trying to rent out the gym after hours?
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah,
Um,
that would be like we'll say like a 6-count clock.
yeah.
It's a mid-sized project, and yeah. So are you gonna like build this in the actual like club room, or is this like a magical space?
I think it's a magical space.
So there's
I
like a
think
door to a broom closet that leads to this like
Yeah.
huge danger
yeah, like
room.
you have to use one of the amulets that we have to enter it. Like you have to have one of the Stargazer amulets to open up this portal that lets us in.
Mm. And of course, Elf's character knows some back way in.
Yes.
Well, if
yeah.
if you have your your star amulets and whatever, like I have my crow pin that works the same way, but it's the dark version,
Yeah,
like,
it's like on the back side of that
Yeah.
pin. There's the same
There's
thing,
the
but like
same thing.
inverted.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because of course, Elf, your people that you're from, they serve the Dark Star.
Yeah, of
right?
course.
The great black hole at the end of everything.
Yeah, the void where
Yeah.
the sun should be.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm not entirely sure what role I would use to build something.
You're muted.
Oh, you're
Andrew.
muted.
I said, well, that's a fair question.
Yeah.
Because I was muted.
Well, how are you building it? Are you
is this,
socially
like-
acquiring it, or are you like building it with your hands, or like?
I
explain-
feel like he's like building it with his hands.
in that magic way.
In that magic way, like he's using forging methods, but they're not quite mundane.
Yeah, I could see this being like embody, maybe defy, even like if you're like pulling it, the like matter of or energy of this
Is
thing.
this
into
one of those?
existence,
Is this
like-
one of those episodes where it's like, and I've unlocked the new potential of the amulet that I can forge this room for us, like kind of thing. Like there's
Yeah,
Yeah.
is he like
there's always
willing
like
the
the
room into
unlockable
being?
power.
Yeah, like it starts out as an empty room in here. Like it starts off as like this white dome. But as he activates the necklace, it starts to darken and you can see all the stars and all the constellations. And he's like trying to pull from different constellations and pull the right one so he can forge this arena.
Mm-hmm. What stat are you
Pretty
using?
Yeah, you tell me. It's a downtime action, so like it's all good.
What is Defy? Like, tell me what Defy is again.
So defy is about like doing things you're not meant to, and like fighting things directly, taking on problems head on in like really obvious, straightforward ways. So like generally it's for fighting, but I could see it being like it's kind of associated with like being willful and
Yeah, I
independent
think
as
this
well.
takes like a lot of willpower to do.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So a 2.
Great. So you get one slice of the
You've
old.
not yet unlocked the potential of the amulet.
Okay,
No.
let me pull a. It was a 6 count clock, right? Yeah. Boom.
Like he accidentally pulls Ursa.
And we got one.
You're throwing things out of whack.
Yeah, like accidentally
That's it.
pulls Ursa and like a star bear appears. It's like, and no, we're leaving.
Not quite what we wanted.
Those star bears.
So this is the like training arena.
Cool.
Cool. Well, it started anyways.
So, I think that's all the downtime actions, Andrew. So
Yes.
what we should do is take a break, and then be back with whatever happens after downtime in our lovely Girl by Moonlight playtest. Does that sound good? Yes?
Sounds
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Okay, we'll be back in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. More ridiculous anime action coming.